Hello everybody and welcome to this video. Basically we asked me to teach the HoloLens during a workshop and I was like, oh yeah, I can, but I need to learn about it. So here is MoveYourAss laser vision. Basically it was my first project when I learned to use the HoloLens. So I will a bit show you what I've done, what I've learned, even if it's dirty and quickly done. So basically, when you are in a Unity scene, you can scan the environment on the HoloLens and import it. It's what you see here. So we have the Microsoft Innovation Center all around us. That is the place where I were. And here you have the edition and the scene. So basically what is cool about the Windows Mixed Reality Toolkit, that is a plugin that you can download on the web, is that it allows you to simulate the HoloLens without having it. So I can move left, right. I can, with the right click of my mouse, move the cursor here, and also if I want, I can focus object, but I also can click on it. You press space, you move your hand with the mouse, and you click with the left click. Here it's not working, but yep, it will work at one point. Why it's not working? Each time it's joking. He liked to make some joke. But I think it's because I'm too far from the object. Up here, when you click, it changes color. So also it's a cool stuff because you can also use the speech recognition of Windows. So if I say blue or red, yep, blue, green, bam, it changed. But you can see that there is a bit of latency. So if you want to make a game with speech recognition that is really fast, it's not with the HoloLens that you will be able to do that. Okay, so here, if you want to see a bit how it looks in terms of code, basically for the speech recognition, you can here add the word that you want to use here, in speech input source, and then you say you put a script on the side of it that will listen to all this input. So if I double click here to see the code, it's not this code because else it would be succeeding. Okay, I will come back later on it, but basically you just do that. You come here, you type here iSpeech handler, you add the Windows Mixed Reality like this. You will say here is, I will call this method if I detect a word, and here you can say string my word equal events data dot recognize text, ta-da, like this. And you will be able to say if my word equal green, then I will do an action. Basically, that's how you do set point. Okay, so in terms of clicking, so basically you take a cube that you put in the scene, like this beautiful cube over there. If you just want to give me back my hand, okay. And you put a mesh, you push a collider, and basically you put a script behind the collider, beside of the collider, and you can inherit from those interfaces: iFocusable, iHandler, and iSpeechHandler. So here, the method of focus, you have enter and exit. Okay. You have input down for when you tap with your hand, input up if you release with your hand. You cannot know that it's left hand or right hand, but with a bit of hacking in another project, I was able to say if it's left, right, position of the hand and stuff like this. It's not for this video. And for the speech recognition, as you can see, here I take the text, I recognize the text, then I check which color he wants, and then bam, I change it. You have to know that most of the time the speech recognition will not work on the PC, but on the HoloLens each time it will work really properly. Basically it's based on here, if you have Cortana, if you have to use the sounds, it's plenty of stuff that could make it not work in your project. That's what happened to me. So yeah. All the stuff that there is in the scene, it's basically you have all this spaceship. It's because when you are using the HoloLens, you need to compile, and compile takes 20 minutes. It's really boring. So I was like, okay, I need to make something that allow me to see the HoloLens without the HoloLens. So basically, what I've done is that I have create two stuff. The first one that is really simple to do is that I created this mesh here based on the reality measure. So basically, I paint in 3D in the world. I paint in 3D where the field of view of the HoloLens is, and then I did a 3D mesh like this, and it allows me when I play to know where are the objects. Also, what I've done is make a collision detector. So I will try to find the script. It's not this one, it is this one. Okay, here. So I have HoloLens view area, and I tip you to do this kind of stuff. Basically, it's if it's triggering with an object, it will check if there is a HoloLens view affectable, and he will ask to the affectable to be visible or not. And basically, it's what he do. So I will try here to see if it still works. Here, pop, pop, pop. So I will move away to a place where I can see, okay, here. So for example, there is no spaceship here, but when I look at them, here I can see them. So it's kind of a simulation of the HoloLens. Here, it allows you to feel the field of view without on virtual reality without to recompile each time you project. Hop, really cool to use. And easy to do. Basically, just enter, use the trigger, bam, it's done. Another stuff I have done that is really funny indeed, because you will learn how Microsoft is cheap. Here, if you activate this stuff, basically what will happen is that it will try to put the 2D plane just in front of the camera. And it means with a good proportion of the camera here, the field of view, and it allows you to know where the HoloLens is, to simulate the HoloLens view once again, but not with a 3D mesh, but just a 2D mesh. The small one that you see here is basically the one that was recorded on the HoloLens. It's why I call it the anti-cheat here. Camera delimitation anti-cheat. Basically, it's when you open for the first time the HoloLens. I will show you. Use anti-cheat. Basically, it will take the camera height and the camera right of the camera, and the first time it will record it in the prefab player. I will try to find where it is here. So the first time, if the height is not defined, we store it in the player. And basically why? It's because when you record with the HoloLens, what they do is that instead of having your camera like this, I will remove that. Instead of having your camera with an angle like like this, like usual, they want to record everything in the scene to make it good on the video and make you believe that there is not a field of view so small. So basically they will do like this, and so your game is now lagging because you see every object and there's a lot to render. And basically this script is it's what this script is for. It's just to simulate the view of the HoloLens, but also to show that there are cheapy bastard that it is cheating everywhere. Because I love the HoloLens, but I hate the marketing of Microsoft. So, I think in this scene it was all I can speak about. Basically. Also, there is something that you can maybe learn, is that, I will say in lots of videos, but they have put the default distance to collide with object to 10, put it to in a big number, because basically when you are in VR, 10 unity is like from here to here, it's go really fast. And so basically you will ask yourself why it's not clicking on your object, but it's just because your camera is too far. So here, so there is not a lot in the video I want to show you again, but there is some plenty cool stuff. Basically, why I call my project MoveYourAss, because I wanted people to move a lot in the room, like 5 meters running in all direction. And laser version is because basically what I wanted to do, it's a laser game. I'll try to show you a bit. Oh, I needed to save. Shit, not a problem. Basically it looked like this. The game I have done was looking like this. So basically you are in the HoloLens and you have to move around and avoid laser. And all the laser here you see is a technique I use that I explained in another video that is called one mesh one mesh, where I make a lot of laser in only one mesh, and I move them with animation, with bone and animation, and it allows you to have plenty of laser, thousands of laser, with only one draw call, and so in the HoloLens is really good. But what I learned is that apparently when you want to avoid those kind of laser, it's kind of difficult to feel the 3D. And in the other project that is called Laser Jigbot, I will learn that if you want to avoid a laser that is 20 centimeter to 1 meter of you, it's really hard to feel it with the HoloLens, especially when it's not moving. So that's what I learned about that, is that you cannot really make game where there is targets in front of you, but at 1 meter at least. And when they are moving, it's really easy to see them and to avoid them, but whether they are not moving, it's really hard. Also, another try I did do in my first attempt to learn the HoloLens was the scanning. So I did not learn how to put objects in 3D and stuff like this, but I wanted at least to make like a voxel world around the player. So what I've done, and also to use a Boolean table instead of a lot of vector. So basically I've done this scene where you can see that it was an attempt. The code is really not working well, but basically where is it drawing everything? Here. So basically what it do is that it takes the high poly mesh of the mic, and it's trying to generate a Boolean table to be able to not lose a lot of performance when you are in the room. So you give the mesh and he tried to generate a less consuming version. If it was only Boolean and with computer shading, they should be able. I should be able to do that quick, really fast, and with really less consuming performance stuff. But yeah, I need to work on that one. But basically, it's based on another project where I just give a mesh and boom, it transforms the mesh in a voxel world. Voxel are not cheap, but the Boolean table are super cheap. So if you want to work on that point or ask me questions, feel free. On that, thank you for listening, thank you for watching. If you like this kind of video, feel free to go on my website and contribute to my research. If you want to have information on the HoloLens, all is in the description, and if you want the code, once again, it's all in the description. So have a nice day, may the code be with you, and see you next time. Bye.